Winnebago County Community Mental Health Board hosts its first meeting after voters approved an extension of the mental health sales tax. Board members will meet the first Wednesday of every month to discuss new business for the tax. The mental health tax was approved to stay another 5 years after the 2020 clause ends in 2026. Advocates say the tax rescues nearly 18,000 residents in need.
This is our best effort to provide as much good kind of variety of programs that we know that people need in order to recover.